Hello and welcome to the Acropolis at Rally Greece. Myself, Kiri Bloor and Seb Marshall are here for what is going to be an incredible opening ceremony set in the most amazing surrounds. Seb, we go to some incredible places, but my goodness me, this is surely breathtaking.
Yeah, it's a fantastic way to start off the iconic Acropolis rally underneath the historic monument here with lots of fans really looking forward to an exciting weekend ahead.
Yeah, an exciting, rough and bumpy weekend ahead. Okay, well, the weather has been a little bit crazy to say the least, and there was plenty of rain yesterday. That led to shakedown being cancelled this morning, but don't worry, we have got a full weekend of action.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a lot of rain in the build-up to the rally, certainly affected the reconnaissance also, having to shuffle the timings. Some stages have been shortened ever so slightly, but there's still plenty of action to look forward to, and yeah, it just throws an extra challenge to the drivers, as if they needed any more on a rally like this.
Well, Rally Greece is celebrating its 70th anniversary, and there has been some incredible drama and action along the way, and expect more drama and action throughout the weekend. Now, Seb, you don't have to leave me. You can come with me still. Seb's having a little bit of a technical issue, but there is going to be plenty of technical issues throughout the weekend because the weather, the challenges afoot are all there. Now, Seb, can you give us just an idea, because you have driven this rally several times, how rough is it out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the most formidable challenges in the modern day WRC. Okay, alongside the Safari, it's one of those that's seen as the car breaker. It's the ultimate test of the machine as well as the driver, of course. They've got to be really sympathetic to the mechanical components. They've got to look after their tyres. It's a really, the tortoise and the hare kind of analogy is really appropriate for this event, because, you cannot go out there flat out because there's so many hazards, so many rough stones, boulders, really things that can affect you. So, yeah, it's one of the biggest challenges of the whole season.
Okay, one of the biggest challenges of the whole season, and the juniors are here for the final time this season, and it's double points up for grabs. Okay, well, the drivers are arriving here just behind us, as you can see. This is where all of it begins. But as we mentioned, the juniors, let's just take a look at what's in store for them this weekend.
Welcome to Greece for the 2023 Junior WRC finale. We're in the home of athletics. They were discovered here in 800 BC, so it's only fitting we check our athletes out in action. Diego Dominguez is third. He has 64 points. Dominguez has collected 3 podiums so far this season. However, victory has constantly eluded him. He has been in the fight for the lead on 2 different occasions this season, but ultimately crashed both times.
It does not concern me that I haven't won this year. I have very difficult rivals, very fast drivers against I'm driving. So yes, when it's the moment, the victory will come, and yeah, hopefully it's this weekend.
Laurent Pellier is second, with 67 points. Laurent Pellier has been in contention to win every round of Junior WRC so far this season. A mixture of bad luck and mistakes have seen him miss out on first place on every attempt. He has just 2 podiums to his name, with 19 stage wins.
I'm happy because we were in fight on each conditions, on each races for the victory with good pace, and for this I'm happy. But for sure, I would like to be more close for from William for the title.
All eyes are on Irishman William Crichton, who leads with a whopping 96 points. William Crichton is the only driver to have led on every rally this year. His rally winning pace has been evident thanks to his 34 stage wins, but he has only managed to stand on the top step twice due to a series of costly errors while pushing hard at the front.
I think my biggest strength is being able to be fast on all the different surfaces this year and gather so many stage win points. I would say the weakness is that we've put ourselves in a position where we have to try and win so many stages, but yeah.
The pride of becoming champion isn't all that's at stake. Up for grabs is 4 fully funded prize drives with the M Sport Ford World Rally team in WRC2, including 200 Pirelli tyres. It's not all straightforward though. Double points are on offer in Greece, while drivers can discount their worst classification score. And that's not forgetting there is a championship point available for every single stage win. In total, it means 6 drivers could grasp glory come Sunday.
Well, there we go. The juniors have a lot in store for them this weekend. OK, well, this is all the preparations, the build-up to the Acropolis Rally Greece, the drivers having their photo. This is sort of the calm before the storm, let's say.
It is, yeah. It's a nice moment to see everyone are assembled for the family photo on the start ramp. We've got FIA president is here, as well as representatives of the Greek Sports Ministry. So, yeah, it's a really nice moment to get everyone together and sort of take the time to reflect before we get into the action later on.
Yeah, indeed. Like you said, the FIA president here and plenty of Greek delegates. Now, I was with one of those earlier on, and he was telling me just how important it is to have the rally here, how they absolutely love having the rally here. 70 years they're celebrating.
Yeah, it's been, OK, we've only been, this is our 3rd time here in recent years in Greece, but of course the Acropolis has been a mainstay of the world rallying for many, many years. And I think, you know, it's testament to the fact that it is one of those iconic events that everyone wants to visit. And to have that as a driver or a co-driver on your CV as having won the Acropolis it's one of the big ones. And even for so many fans that travel here, it's just fantastic to be a part of. There's so many brilliant stages. The names across the weekend: Tarzan, Bauxite.
They're the legendary stages, aren't they? OK, but tonight we have a super special. Action is coming tonight. They have never driven this super special. This is a crowd pleaser, a crowd wower. And what can we expect from tonight, Seb?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting little start to this. I was down at the Super Special just earlier this afternoon, all on tarmac. Of course, they're running gravel tyres, but they will have adapted their setup just a little bit to help with that. There's a few donuts for the crowds. There's some concrete barriers to avoid. Of course, last year, famously in the stadium, Andreas Mikkelsen came a cropper early on and took the corner off his Skoda Fabia. So plenty of little, tricky parts, but they'll just want to get through that, get down the road to Lutraki for the restart tomorrow morning, where the real event's going to get underway.
Where the serious business kicks in. OK, well, how did we get here? Because it is going to be a classic clash of the Titans this weekend. Thierry Neuville and Elfyn Evans looking to close that gap on Kalle Rovanperä. But what happened in Finland? Take a look at this.
The Rally Finland Hall of Fame, an elite club. Membership demands talent, of course, speed, naturally, and bravery. To win in these forests is the stuff of dreams. Elfyn Evans has now achieved it twice.
Of course, it feels pretty good. It's one of the rallies that everybody wants to win. It's one of my favourite rallies on the calendar. I've really enjoyed driving the stages this weekend, and to come away with this result is really great. And on a weekend that's also a sort of second home rally for the team also, then it makes it that little bit more special.
And with that, the title race was blown wide open, not least after a fearsome Friday which saw 3 pre-event favourites bow out. 2 world champions, 2 Finland winners. Oyt Tanak's miserable run continuing as early as stage 3. A big thump on the underside of his Puma R1, engine damage. Exiting stage left under electric EV power. Roadside repairs to no avail. As Tanak was getting his hands dirty, another former Finland winner was also making an early exit. Esa-Pekka Lappi. A heavy impact. Crew okay. His Hyundai i20 R1 damaged beyond repair. World champion Kalle Rovanperä went into the afternoon leading the rally, 5 back-to-back stage wins in pursuit of a first home victory. That will have to wait another year at least. A spectacular roll, second pass through the Mohimpa stage. Rovanperä's Yaris joining M Sport's Puma and Hyundai's i20 parked up in service, taking no further part in proceedings. While all around there was chaos and calamity, Elfyn Evans maintained his usual cool, calm demeanour, assuming the lead, getting on with the job. Out front, Elfyn Evans maintained a comfortable advantage. The only question, would the Welshman push for maximum bonus points in the power stage?
So the plan for Sunday was just to try and not lose too much time to Thierry, really. So we were on a pretty clean drive. I was surprised with the time of the first one in the morning, and then probably went a bit too conservative on the first run of the power stage. So I hadn't really had the best reference or the best look in for the stage. To be honest, on my first pass it was also very slippery, so that maybe wasn't the best preparation, let's say, for the power stage. But yeah, then of course I realised that we had the potential to win the stage. So I really tried to focus on driving very clean. I didn't want to take unnecessary risks because it's still quite a difficult stage. I didn't think it would be enough, to be honest, at the end, but when we then later found out that it was enough, I was obviously pretty happy with that.
Pretty happy, and every right to be. Sure, Friday had claimed 3 big scalps, but this was a stunning performance from Elfyn Evans and Scott Martin. Make no mistake, a 7th WRC career victory for the Welshman. Evans taking his second Finland win by almost 40 seconds. Thierry Neville's first Finland podium for a decade. Katsuta delighted with 3rd, edging out the Finns. Suninen 4th, Jari-Matti Latvala enjoying a return to action with 5th place.
Well, there we go. That's how it all ended up in Finland, with Elfyn Evans taking his second victory there, which means he clambered up that championship table standing. So should we just re-remind ourselves of where everybody is at the moment? It is Kalle Rovanperä's Toulouse. He's out in front, sitting pretty at the top of that championship table with 170 points. Now, Elfyn Evans has 145 points and Thierry Neuville 124. So realistically, it's for those 3 to fight it out. Then Oyt Tanak, after a disappointing couple of rounds, sits in 4th with 164. Sebastian Ogier back here and back in business in Greece, 98 points. Esa-Pekka Lappi, 87 points in 6th. And then at 7th is Taka Dani Sordo in 8th, who's back in business as well here this weekend. A long time since he's not been in the car, since Kenya. And then 9th is Teemu Suninen and 10th is Pierre-Louis Lube. So that's how they are all looking. As we head into the weekend, shall we just take a look also at the manufacturers' standings, because at the moment Toyota are out in front with 378 points. Hyundai have 311 points and M Sport have 205 points. So that is how our standings are looking as we head into the weekend, but that could all change. Like we said, it's Kalle Rovanperä's at Toulouse, and also we have the battle between Thierry and Elfyn Evans. Okay, well, we've got a big weekend ahead of us in terms of the schedule. Like myself and Seb were talking about, we do have a stage tonight. So the first of our stages is a super special around Athens City Centre. Okay, and then tomorrow we've got Friday 8:15 to 6:45 is stages 2 till 6. And then Saturday, it's our biggest day in terms of kilometres. It'll start at 7 o'clock in the morning, finishing up at 7:45. We'll see stages 7 till 12. And then Sunday, it's a shorter day, but we've got a service before they head out to that power stage. So it's going to be all go as they take on the Wolf Power stage. So 8:45 to 2:45 is stages 3 to 15. So that's how the weekend is shaping up. But right now, it is all about the start of Acropolis Rally Greece. And how are our drivers feeling? Well, let's hear from them.
The Acropolis, scene of Hyundai's first WRC podium lockout a year ago. Thierry Neuville leading home a memorable 1-2-3 ahead of Oyt Tanak and Dani Sordo.
Obviously, it's a result we were looking for a long time. A rally where we have always been on quite good speed. And last year obviously was the lucky weekend for Hyundai. We secured that 1, 2, 3. The car was very strong. We were stronger than our main competitors, and it felt like a controlled drive throughout the whole weekend, and an enjoyable drive as well.
Last year's Acropolis victory was Neville's first of what had been a frustrating season. A year on, the Belgian returns to Greece in good form on the back of strong outings in Estonia and Finland. Runner-up both times to revive hopes of challenging for that elusive maiden world title. Still a long shot, some 36 points off with 4 rounds to run. A repeat of last year's Acropolis success would keep him in contention, of course. For all its fearsome reputation, it's an event Neville enjoys.
I mean, there's a bit of different characteristics between all 3 days, and that's what makes it so challenging as well. You need to have a car who works good every day, but also which is reliable and strong for rough conditions. Usually you can push quite hard in Rally Greece, but there are a couple of sections where you need to slow down the speed. You need to predict a good ride height as well to try to keep your car safe from any damage. And then obviously, I mean, it's teamwork, and the reliability and the preparation of the car is very important as well.
It can be really hot, lot of loose gravel and stones. The stages are quite sandy and soft many times, so mostly it's just really rough for the cars and the tires. Definitely a rally where you cannot push from start to the finish all the time maximum, because you need to take care of the car also. And yeah, also in the long stages it can be a bit demanding for the drivers and co-drivers.
Kalle Rovanperä, winner of the Acropolis on his return to the calendar 2 years ago, in stark contrast to last season, the Finn struggling, opening the road before dropping out on Saturday morning's first pass through the Tarzan stage. Toyota, in truth, were off the pace. A year on, the Yaris appears much happier on rough gravel.
I think we have just improved the car on these kind of areas. We were lacking a lot of traction and grip on these rough rallies. This year, rallies like Mexico and those were fine, Sardinia also. So it seems that the car is now working on these conditions, so we should be much more confident going to Greece, but it's still definitely when you open the road, it's not the rally which you enjoy the most, I would say. Friday is really long and demanding day opening the roads, and then it's more like minimizing the loss of weekend when you start first, I think.
World champion Kalle Rovanperä looking to make up for a pointless weekend in Finland. His lead over teammate Elvin Evans now down to 25 points in the title race. The Welshman looking to keep the pressure on as they prepare for one of the bumpiest rides of the season.
Greece is one of the toughest rallies on the calendar in terms of how rough and hot it is. Okay, it's not as extreme as Safari, but then it's probably the one that follows that up, let's say, in terms of the European events. But what's very different to Safari is, of course, the temperatures and how rocky the terrain is. So, yeah, in some ways, a bit harder on the car, easier to get punctures, that sort of thing. So it is a difficult rally to get to the finish of without trouble.
It depends on the length of the stage, actually. Are the brakes really getting hot or not? There might be some brake challenges as well. Tires should be okay, but then it's just a question how many hards or how many softs you should use, and yeah, that depends so much where you are in terms of the starting order as well. But still, I would say the driver is the most important thing.
Of course, one thing is that pretty warm. This makes you a bit more challenging for you. And then stage itself, there's a lot of rocks and not so deep ruts coming up, but just still very loose rocks everywhere. You need to avoid it, but there is some section you should push quite a lot, and you need to have big confidence with the car. Otherwise, you know, if you are riding too much, then you hit the rock or block like concrete or something. So for me, Greece is very difficult and demanding for your driving side as well.
Well, there we go. That's our drivers talking ahead of this weekend. Now, they did speak before the rally and before the incredible rainstorm that we've seen. So conditions even more tricky, even more difficult than we've seen.
Yeah, there's been a lot of disruptions to their pre-event build-up with testing, with the reconnaissance as well. So, but I mean, that's kind of the beauty of rallying. You've got to be adaptable. You've got to be kind of up for these changes, these challenges that are thrown at you. So, something new for them. Well, something different for them. Let's say it's not new. But,
something different. Now, some incredible challenges afoot. Now, Seb, I know that you are going to be talking to the drivers on the start ramp, and I am going to be welcoming in to the studio our FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem, because he is here this weekend, which is, of course, fantastic for the rally. So I will let you go and do your duties, because you're a very busy man this weekend, and I'll let our FIA President come in. So as seamlessly as it is, welcome, Mohammed. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. Now, we are live in this incredible situation here in Greece. What an amazing setting to be able to run a WRC event around.
You see, WRC is not new to Greece, and not new to me. Before I was the president, I was a driver, and
you were indeed.
Yes, and I've been here, and the challenges that we, a driver, face. But more than this is the challenges that all of us face now as the FIA, the promoter, also our partners are the manufacturers, the teams, and of course the drivers. I feel the Acropolis rally is coming back strongly in Acropolis. It came home, I feel, because the culture and the history of motorsport here is a lot, especially this event. When you talk about the Acropolis, they know it. It's not just something, another WRC, but it's one of the founders, one of the toughest, I would say. The culture, they love the motorsport here, and they love this rally. But also, I feel that also we as the FIA, we should do more when it comes to promoting. I feel a little bit sometimes guilty that I come from rallying, and I have to put more time, me and my team, because what I sat down today with the manufacturers, the teams, and the drivers also, I just listened to them, and also the promoter, and what is needed is doable, I would say. It's not something that's incredible. It has already been proven in some of our other disciplines. So I will leave here with more education and more ideas.
Okay, well, it sounds fantastic. Yes. But before you leave here, we've got a super special around the streets of Athens. There's nothing quite like rallying. You say, of course, we know you are a driver. Greece is celebrating their 70th anniversary of their rally, this rally. And really and truly, when it comes down to motorsport, rallying always gives you a little tingle, a little extra. It is so special because we're so close to the fans.
And more than this, it's cultural. I'll tell you something. You go on and you do the practice, and you meet people you will never meet. Yeah. You go to the villages and you sit with them, and sometimes you drink coffee. You see their culture, the language, all of these barriers are gone.
Yeah.
Incredible. You are not. I'm not, like I am sure all of the other disciplines that we have are also interesting. But to me, I come from, it's patience. It's a survival when it comes to motorsport. Honestly, you can be in the wilderness for hours and nobody comes to you. Okay, rallying have changed, evolved, and it is just the buzz of motorsport. When you see a clip of this car that's going everywhere and you don't know, there is no path for it, and the lines of it, and the weather changes.
Yes.
What action? And they say, oh, it's difficult. Deal with it. You are a proper professional ride driver. Just go and deal with it.
Yeah, and that is exactly what they're going to do this weekend. Mohammed, thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate it. Okay, well, the hype and the atmosphere is building, because the first of our cars will be across that start ramp any minute now. Now, like Mohammed bin Sulayem, the FIA president, was saying, is that rallying really does come to the heart of the fans and the culture of the city. And right now, you can see it is just absolutely incredible that we are at the base of the Acropolis. Well, Seb Marshall making his way around behind, because he will be interviewing the drivers this evening. And then our whole team, as always, is here and will be taking you through this evening, which is a super special. It's a different super special. They have never seen it before for the drivers. Now, you may think a super special, well, it's short and it's easy. But as Seb was saying, it can certainly throw up challenges. Right, it's my time to leave you. I'll hand over to the commentary teams.
Very much, Kiri. Yes, welcome along, everyone, to the Acropolis Rally 2023. The event is celebrating a fantastic 70-year history. And of course, we've had some wonderful stories, some feats of valor out on the stages across those years. I'm Bex Williams, and with me is Julian Porter. We're going to have a quick chat through the ceremonial start as it gets underway in the shadow of the Acropolis itself, the Parthenon. What a setting to kickstart our event this weekend, which is one of the biggest challenges we see on the championship calendar. And of course, with the conditions the drivers have faced out on the recce, and indeed everyone here in Greece in the past few weeks, it certainly will be a challenge. Heavy rain in the past few days has caused a lot of flooding and some damage across the stages as the guys were wrecking. But as you just heard the FIA president say there, rallying is about adaptability. And that's certainly what these guys have in strength. Kalle Rovanperä and Jone Halttunen joining us on the start ramp. Seb Marshall's going to be asking some questions here.
Ο Μέσο και ο Κορσινός, ο Μέσο είναι νικητής του Acropolis, ο Kalle Rovanperä και Χαλής και Χαλούς Παγκοσμίος.
Championship leader, of course.
Welcome to the Acropolis Rally, and of course, leading the championship coming into this event, not a great result on home turf, obviously, but still a big lead in the championship. What can we expect from this weekend?
This weekend is going to be quite a bit different than normally. Acropolis is a lot of rains on the recce, so the condition is challenging, but we will do our best to have a good once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, Julian has mentioned the difficult event for him at home in Finland, you know, a no score, which is so unusual to see for Rovanperä. A bit of a dent in terms of the points there because 0 scored, but my goodness, I'm sure he'll bounce back.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. He's not normally down for long, is he? We're getting ready now. Greek flag. But yeah, a 0-point score there, which is quite a rarity that obviously the car too badly damaged to come back, which is again a rarity nowadays that these teams can't find a way of somehow fixing them. But huge challenge this weekend. Completely different characteristics of stages to what they were arriving in Greece thinking they were going to get. This hot, dusty, like cleaning road. Now, we asked a couple of drivers this morning, where do you think's best on the road now? We have no idea.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't know what to expect out there this weekend. This evening, pretty straightforward. We've got a super special lined up for you. Just 1.48 kilometers around the harbour side here in Athens. Water Park is where we're rallying around tonight. And they're on their way there right now. He's had a pretty good season when you look at it. 2 wins under his belt. Within that, you know, the 5 podiums.
Yeah, and
including
you can say you take Ogier, who's had 3, and they're all on 1-2 events, aren't they? There's not someone streaking away with a 5 or 6 event run like Rovanperä had last year.
That's so true. Elvin Evans now then, Scott Martin second in the championship. They took the last win, of course, in Finland. Let's cross to Seb.
Elvin will stand avoiding the drip, so we've seen enough water already this weekend. But off the back of the win in Finland, coming here, the championship battle still very much on. Perhaps not the kindest of rallies during the past the Acropolis, but what can we look forward to this weekend? What's going to be the target for you?
Yeah, of course, the championship is at least alive now. It was looking pretty difficult before Finland, so that's a positive. But of course, the work we did in Estonia and Finland is not going to be much use to this year, especially with the conditions we're about to face. So, yeah, we have to get our head down, try and pick our way through the conditions as best as we can, and see what comes by the end of it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, and good luck this weekend.
Elvin Evans and Scott Martin is on the back of a brilliant win in Finland. Big battle with Rovanperä initially, and then Kalle had that mistake. Then it was Hindu was trying to catch this pair, but they didn't match it. And 30 points Evans and Martin took from that. A full haul. You couldn't get any more than that. And yeah, big kind of like swing in the championship. This time last year, Caravan Pair was something like 79 points in the lead. He's 25 now.
Yeah.
This is, with the same number of rallies still to go, so this is still a game on. Not with game on with like a big game on, because it's a gap, but it's certainly not kind of like, when can Calais win it?
Absolutely not. Who knows what will happen out there this weekend? If you are just joining us, welcome to the ceremonial start ahead of the first stage, stage 1 of the Acropolis Rally. We welcome Thierry Neuville now and Martijn Vidager. Third in the championship. Let's find out how Thierry's feeling.
Thierry, welcome to the start ramp of the Acropolis Rally. Of course, last year's winner of this event. Things look a little different this time around, though not quite the same conditions. Just tell us, what can we really expect from the stages this half of the weekend?
I mean, it's tough to predict. Obviously, we saw a lot of wind and tricky conditions during the recce over 3 long days. It was quite exhausting, but now the rally is starting and we are looking forward. I mean, we should be able to do all the stages, and the sun should be out at least from tomorrow afternoon, so conditions should be right. But yeah, a lot of unpredicted things, and we're going to have a lot of surprises.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah, what an incredible event it was for Hyundai last year here in Greece. They took the sweep of the podium, if you remember.
Yeah, it was their first ever 1, 2, 3. Neuville, Tanak, Sordo. All 3 drivers back again, but only Tanak is driving for a different team. He drives the M Sport Ford World Rally team. But Neuville, 36 points away from that championship lead. He says he can take big gambles and big risks because that's the only way he's going to get any closer to them. And when Thierry Neuville says, I can take big gambles and big risks, hold on, because I like it when Thierry Neuville has a bit of a go, so to speak. You know, he's great. He never gives up. Absolutely maximum attack everywhere. So let's hope that he can make it work.
Συνέχεια με τον Σεμπαστιέν Οζιέ, της Toyota.
You can already hear some cheers for Sébastien Ogier. He is back with us for this event. He's had quite an extended summer break, let's call it, Julian. Last time we saw him was in Kenya, of course.
12 years on since your one and only victory in the Acropolis Rally. It must be good to be back, but I've got to ask, what's your main ambition this weekend driving? Are you driving for the team points or purely for the pressure of this rally?
Well, I think it's always a combination of all of that. You know, obviously, I have to always remember that I'm here working for a team and deliver the best result for them. But at the end of the day, I want to win for myself too. So, yeah, it's a challenging weekend ahead. We had incredible condition during recce, so I'm glad the weather turned to be better now. But still, a lot of surprises probably awaiting us. So, let's see what we can do. But yeah, the plan is remaining the same for me. Every time I start a rally is to try to win it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah, I think, as you can all see, you know, it's not raining now. We've had a good few hours without rain here. And it should be dry now, the forecast for the rest of the weekend.
It's going to be unpredictable. I mean, it's been really tough for the organisers and the people of the local community with all that weather that's come through. But potentially we could have one massively kind of like unpredictable event because of it. Drivers this morning, when we were all chatting to them, don't really have much idea of what's coming. As in, yes, they've recce'd it, but it's changed so much potentially since they've recce'd it, and they don't know whether that's for the better, for the worse, what. They're not sure.
The one good thing is that a lot of the route is similar to what they've experienced before, and a lot of them told me today that helps. They know what the stages are, but where they've had to make new notes, it's been very, very difficult. And plus, the conditions will change again before, of course, they actually get there. So, to the stages in action themselves. And of course, as I mentioned, we are kicking off with our first one this evening, and that is coming up at 7 o'clock local time. We've got about 42 minutes until our coverage of the EKO Super Special stage gets underway. Stage 1 of the event. The Finnish flag on the event there means that this is Esa-Pekka Lappi and Jarne Firm.
ο Φιλανδός με συνοδηγό του τον Ναϊγκάνε Φεμ, πρώην Ρωσοσιακός οδηγός της Citroën, Sport Ford και το Toyota, τώρα είναι στην κορεάτικη ομάδα.
EP, welcome to the start ramp of the iconic Acropolis rally. Speaking to the other drivers, it seems no one knows quite what to expect this weekend, but you had some really good pace on the stages last year. What do you feel is achievable for yourself?
I'm in the same box as the others. We have no idea what to expect in terms of the conditions. But I guess on gravel we should be always on the podium pace. So I'm very confident we could be fighting for that. Hopefully even higher than only the last podium.
Well, we wish you the best of luck this weekend. Thank you very much.
He's had a string of podiums, hasn't he?
Four podiums this year for EP. You know, we've seen some really strong performances from him. He's been here twice previously.
And you think 4 podiums, but Sweden, he was in a podium fight when the tie dominated. Mexico, he was in the lead when he had an off. Finland, he went off very early on, but he was battling for 3rd place, just on the fringes of it. So there's been podium pace everywhere other than Monty, his first time in the car.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what the little siren is if you're new to the sport, that is because these cars run in public, in these kind of areas, in cities and towns, in EV mode, and that is just a little warning to say we're on our way past you, so just watch out.
Yeah, they're pretty quiet, obviously, in EV mode, and that noise, I don't know quite how to describe it, but yeah, alerts everyone that it's on its way.
It's like a little warning alarm.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't want that waking me up in the morning, though. It's quite an annoying noise, but it's a good thing that it's there, obviously. Takamoto Katsuta and Aaron Johnston up onto the ramp. Saw them on the podium in Finland.
Taka, welcome. This event you've not got that much experience of in the past, and unfortunately you weren't able to test beforehand, but given the conditions have changed quite a bit since then with all the rain we've had, is that maybe not such a disadvantage for this weekend?
Yeah, for sure. Like last few years, maybe 2 years ago, I was here, but I was not able to do the competing. And last year, I was not so fast here, so not much experience. But yeah, like you said, I didn't have a test, but condition-wise, it doesn't matter so much. So yeah, hopefully we have a good weekend here. I try to push and manage what I can do, and yeah, everything can happen. And this kind of quite mixed conditions, so it's going to be challenging.
Thank you. Wish good fortune for the weekend ahead.
It is going to be challenging out there. You mentioned he didn't quite have the speed he wanted last year. He was in 6th position overall though in the event, but 1 year's experience under his belt. He was telling me this morning how tricky the recce was, how much more concentrated you have to be. You have to be concentrated anyway, but he said it was really accentuated because it was difficult out there.
Yeah, and last year on this event, Toyota really struggled. They struggled on Sardinia, and here there's very dry, kind of dusty, hard-based events. But the team have done a lot of work on the car, be it with suspension or dampers, something like that. But they feel a lot more confident coming into it. But that confidence was when it was going to be potentially a dry, dusty rally, which we've not got. So let's see how their vehicles and their cars will adapt into these massively changing conditions.
Yeah, a very different complexion of a rally awaits the drivers this weekend, and then that requires a different approach. We welcome back to the championship. Also have a little extended break himself, yeah. Danny Sordo. We have seen him on events, though. He's been there supporting Teemu Suunanen.
Welcome to the Acropolis Rally start ramp. And last year, of course, you were part of a historic 1-2-3 for Hyundai. You've had a couple of rallies sat on the sidelines watching your teammates. What do you think is achievable for you this weekend?
Yeah, it looks like it will be a really complicated rally because of the weather condition. It was really tricky already in the recce with a lot of rain. But yeah, I think these stages, they can improve really fast. They can dry up really fast, but we'll try to do our best and to try to at least to finish in the podium.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
aiming for podium finish then. Obviously, that's what he got last time around, and that's what he wants to recapture this time.
There's only 3 people can stand on a podium, I'll tell you what.
No, really?
Yeah, but there's quite a few of them thinking that they're going to be on it, so we're going to have some real fight out there, isn't there? You know, or it's going to be very busy. But yeah, Lappy's saying he believes he's got podium pace. Sordo's saying the same. We know Robin Pera, Evans, Neuville, they don't come to an event without planning on standing on a podium. Ogier comes in and out and normally swipes everything away from them all the time. So this and with these conditions that we've got, I feel tomorrow, if you're brave and big, you could really take some massive time. Yeah, if it goes wrong, you could be in a mud hole somewhere. But if you absolutely get it and hooked up and nailed, it could be really interesting. Alexandros Souloftas is up on the ramp now.
Alexandros, a big welcome here to the start ramp of the Acropolis Rally. Reigning Greek national champion. There's a lot of strong competition here in this category, though. What are you hoping to do this weekend?
Well, firstly, I'm really proud to be here as the champion of 2023 and the first Greek crew carrying the Greek flag. Obviously, we worked really hard for this, and I think I'm ready to face the best drivers in the world. Και στα γρήγορα, καλησπέρα σε όλους. Η αγάπη, νιώθω πολύ περήφανος να κρατάω την ελληνική σημαία και να είμαι εδώ πρώτος. Σας υπόσχομαι να δώσω το καλύτερο με αυτό και θεωρώ ότι η Ελλάδα έχει μεγάλα ταλέντα να αντιμετωπίσει τους καλύτερους οδηγούς του πλανήτη. Ευχαριστώ.
Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Yeah, we've seen him before in WRC2, and we've also seen him in the European Rally Championship before. If you're wondering where Oyt Tanak and Pierre-Louis Loubet is, such is the popularity of doing a rally in a city centre, they are just trying to find their way through the traffic. There's a lot of traffic, and they are not quite there. They are nearly there. But Oyt and Pierre-Louis Loubet are en route to the start, but have been stuck in traffic. I suspect all of the fans at the traffic lights have been pressing the little buttons to put them on red so they can get photographs and selfies with the cars.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised. There's going to be a great atmosphere down there this evening. We saw it last year when we were in the stadium for the Super Special stage. The same amount of people will come out to watch the cars around the opener tonight.
Lambros, a big welcome here from all the crowds, and by my reckoning it's your 11th start on the Acropolis Rally. Just tell us, how special is it to be competing here amongst the world's best drivers on your home roads?
It's always special. It's a rally that we've been waiting the last 11 months. So we are here again with Nikos for the 11th time, and we hope that we have the luck that we didn't have the last 2 years.
We wish you the very best of luck this weekend. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been a tough few years for him, that's been for sure, within this rally. And Seb is right, 11 previous starts. He won the PWRC category back in 2009. I remember that year very well. I remember him celebrating. But yeah, it's been a tough couple of years in this championship. As you said, they've waited 11 months. It's been practically the whole year that they've been waiting to get back in action on their home event. And you know, when it is your home event, Julian, as a driver, you put so much more into it. There's so much more pressure on your shoulders. The expectation of the fans who've been watching you in Lambros's case for a number of years.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're saying like, oh, it's your home event. It's going to be a bit easier, a bit more. Kind of, you know the area, you speak the language, but it's just then you put so much into it. You're just dreading anything going wrong slightly, you know, to kind of ruin that appeal and that just that kind of like whole love of what you want to do there.
Let's hear from Georgios.
Welcome. Just tell us your fourth start on the Acropolis rally. What can we expect from the stages this weekend?
Βασικά ευχαριστούμε όλο τον κόσμο που είναι εδώ πέρα και μας στηρίζει. Από τη μεριά μας θα κάνουμε ό,τι καλύτερο μπορούμε στις ειδικές για να ευχαριστηθεί ο κόσμος, να ευχαριστηθούμε κι εμείς. Εύχομαι καλή επιτυχία σε όλα τα πληρώματα, να έχουμε καλό τερματισμό και να το ευχαριστηθούμε όλοι. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
This is a great thing about this sport is people, you've been talking about Lambros there, people can turn up in a rally car, rent, buy, whatever, and do the same stages on their home round of a world championship event that others, like you can't do that in football or golf or tennis, you know, you got to go through years and years and years of getting your certain specifications of like standards to get yourself up there. And yeah, it's something that you can do. You can just see in the background there as well that the M Sport Ford Pumas are in the car, in the queue now, and they should be, I think, the next 3 cars over the ramp.
Fantastic. Beautiful livery on this car as well.
Yeah, it's nice, yeah. Not sure it looked like that after tomorrow morning, but never mind.
Let's see.
Very dirty. The car wash will be king this weekend.
Jordan Serdaridis then, carrying, of course, the Greek flag on the car. Let's have a word with Jordan.
Jordan, welcome back. It's great to see you back in the WRC, back with Fred in the car. And just tell me, competing on the Acropolis Rally, how special is it to be here in front of your home fans on these roads?
Yeah, indeed. So many fans that are following me since several years. And I love so much the country. I love so much the rally as well. So for me, it's the day of the year.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you the best of luck over the next 3-4 days of competition. Thank you.
There we go. Jordan Serdaridis, Fred McClock in the co-driving seat.
Another one with a cool colour scheme.
Absolutely. Picking the events he truly loves to compete on this year. We are now going to leave the ceremonial start, head down to where the super special stage is for our Meet the Crew session.
How strong is the team feeling going into this weekend?
Yeah, right. It seems that I'm not that because I didn't expect myself. So it's my first Acropolis.
Sorry, we have some technical issues. Sorry about that, Cyril. We'll move on to you, Rich. We'll come back to you, Cyril. Just mentioning to Cyril there, how is your microphone working? Okay, Cyril.
Is it? Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, so I was saying that it's a rally, obviously, where we have fantastic souvenirs. We are keen to do very well. Obviously, it's been a bit of a challenge, starting with a pre-event test, having to battle fires in the region, but the team put a lot of effort to be ready, and now it's another type of flea that we are fighting against. It's rain this time, but it's going to be a very big challenge, but nothing that we are not ready for, so we're looking forward to it.
Tell us a bit about what the crews have been saying after the recce.
I mean, the problem is the recce is not really relevant. What's the new recce, we would have liked to be allowed another recce after the rain. It was a good consensus between teams to have another video. So it's a bit like this, it's very difficult. So we have had access to an update of the recce, and hopefully we are enough to update the note and do a good job in the morning.
And Cyril, also from a personal perspective, what is your relationship to Greece?
It's fantastic because it's a country that I love. I love sea. I'm very much a Mediterranean myself. I have fuel and olive oil in my vein, so I'm very happy to be here.
I'm sure many people here can agree with you on that. Rich, talking to Cyril about success here, that is something that the M Sport 4 team have had a lot of in the past, and especially also last year with the stage wins from Pierre-Louis, with Loeb leading the rally also. If we reflect back, first of all, on last year, what are your feelings regarding that?
Friday was very good. Saturday, Sunday, not so good. But I think we really enjoy this tough rally. And it looks like, again, this year we're going to have an extremely difficult rally. And I hope that everybody was affected yesterday is okay. But hopefully we can put up some entertainment for the rest of the weekend to make up for the difficulties they faced. And I think we're all looking forward to get going.
What has preparation been like for this event?
We've had a few weeks off. The team's managed a bit of a rest, but it never really stops. So last week we were out here testing along with all the teams. And as Cyril mentioned, we were looking after fires initially last week and trying our best to test in a safe way. But we had a good 3 days, 1 day each for each of the crews. But now really all that preparation goes into the event starting tomorrow, well, tonight.
And how level do you feel that the three teams will be this weekend?
I think we're level every event in some ways. So I expect it to be a very, very close fight and a great one for the spectators to see.
And I've got to ask you as well, from a personal perspective, how do you like Greece?
I very much like the sunshine, the sea, the olive oil and the food as well. It's quite easy.
Feta cheese?
Oh yeah, love cheese. Love cheese. Feta cheese.
Thanks very much, Rich. Over to you, Kai. Team principal for Toyota this weekend. How do you feel about that role?
Well, obviously it's nice. Jari-Matti is in Japan doing rallying again, so I will cover him.
Tell us a bit about the team's preparation.
Well, pretty much repeating what boys have already said. So difficult week last week we had to stop the testing, but Greek authorities were quite good and we all managed to finish the test, so that was good.
Kai, you've competed here in the past. What sort of a rally is it to compete at?
Very hot.
And what is it like to be a co-driver at this event? How tough is it?
Yeah, it is tough, but you know, when you're in the car, adrenaline does magics, and it doesn't feel so warm. It's more like between the stages that you can actually feel the heat.
And can you share some memories from the past?
I'm old, I can't remember now.
Sure you can, come on. You did the rally with Kimi Räikkönen, right?
Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah.
And how did that go?
Sorry?
And how did that go?
Yeah, that went well. All rallies with Kimi went really well.
Brilliant, guys. We have some drivers coming in soon. I'm just going to check if they are right around the corner. How are we doing? Okay, so we can thank our team principals. You don't have to stay up there for the stage. Thank you very much, guys. A big round of applause for our team principals. And we will now be moving on to speak to some drivers and a co-driver, I believe. Please welcome to the stage representing Toyota, we have co-driver Jonna Halttunen. Representing Hyundai, we have Thierry Neuville. And representing Toyota, we have Sébastien Ogier. Bear with us, everyone. They are on their way.
watching our Meet the Crew session, just waiting for some of our drivers and co-drivers to join Molly Pettit on the stage you can see there in the arena, which we'll see very much later on as part of the Super Special stage, which will kick off our coverage of that at 7 o'clock this evening. So while we wait for the guys to join us, a reminder that you will be able to watch the whole event live throughout the weekend with us. We're going to head now just to catch up with an interview with Oitanak at the ceremonial start.
Ένα από τους αγαπημένους του ελληνικού κοινού, 35 ετών, ο πρώτος εστονός παγκόσμιος πρωταθλητής ράλι το 2019. Στην Ελλάδα ψάχνει την νίκη.
Welcome back to the Acropolis Rally. Twice the last 2 times we've been here, but very much battling for the win, especially last year. Can you go one better this time?
You always try to do, to be the best in every event. So let's see how this one turns out. So it'll be interesting to see what's waiting for us tomorrow morning.
Do you have any update on what the conditions might be looking like for those early stages?
Yeah, with the weather like this, it can dry quite quickly. So I guess, the best idea we get tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much. Wish best of luck this weekend.
Oitanak there, and now Pierre-Louis Loubet. Seb Marshall asking the questions.
Στην εκκίνηση με ένα ακόμα Ford Puma Rally 1.
Pierre-Louis, welcome back to the Acropolis Rally. Last year, of course, scene of your first stage win and first time leading a WRC event. Can you just tell us, can we expect similar things this weekend?
I hope. It's a rally where I feel very comfortable last year. So for sure, conditions are very, very different, but we will try to do our best. I think the car showed that there is a good potential here, so we hope that we will have the result.
Thank you. All the best this weekend.
There we go. Good to see our Fords crossing the ceremonial start as we await seeing some of our drivers, and Joni Halttunen is joining us as well, co-driver to Kalle Rovanperä, of course, on the Meet the Crew stage. Hopefully they'll be there in a few moments. Look at the skies, though. How beautiful now to finally see some sunshine. It has been a very difficult week weather-wise here, but the sun has finally emerged for the skies, just in time for the Super Special stage to go live this evening, which I'm sure will be attended by plenty of fans out there. See the Estonian flag? That's a popular fixture on many rally events, the Estonian travelling fans. Oitanak flags out in full force. What an evening they are going to have, basking in the sunshine and watching rally cars fly around Water Park.
Okay, everyone, here they come.
Here we go, let's head back to Molly.
Hyundai, Thierry Neuville, representing Toyota, Joni Halttunen. Over into the middle here, guys. Jona needs to do his social media first. Guys, up on stage, please. This is like a nice, easy holiday walk you guys had on the seafront. Welcome. Are the microphones working? No?
This one.
Okay. Joni, you'll be happy to know that I have a lot of questions from the fans for you, so you can look forward to that. Thierry, we'll start with you. Let's rewind to this event last year. Crossing the finish line of the power stage, sharing the podium with your teammates. Take us back to that feeling.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, we were chasing for so long, this 1, 2, 3 for Hyundai, and last year to get it here on such a challenging and demanding rally was a great achievement for us. And it was an important one as well, obviously, after EKO Rally in Belgium, my home event, where I missed out of victory by going off the road. So coming back here to Greece and getting that victory was, yeah, a big relief.
How evenly matched do you think the teams will be this weekend?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, conditions were very challenging. I mean, you always have a small prediction when you go to a rally in normal conditions, but I don't think we're going to call these normal conditions, what we have seen from the WRC and the weather over the past days. So I don't know what to expect. I go out there and I try to do as good as I can.
Sounds good. Jonna, tell us what the last couple of days have been like.
They have been quite muddy and wet.
What can we expect from this rally?
You can expect a lot of things. It's, I guess for drivers, it's really hard how to push and when to push. We did the recce in more or less dry conditions, sometimes really muddy conditions. So, but we don't know what we're gonna see in the stages.
Okay, I have a question for the both of you from Off de Perks on Instagram. Who was your favorite rally driver and car growing up?
I mean, for me, I've always been cheering for Bruno Thierry, which has been my gravel crew in the past years. Bruno was born in the same area as I'm born in Belgium, in the German-speaking part of Belgium. Obviously, he grew up a bit further away, but he was the first guy from my home area who made it into WRC many years ago. But yeah, he was my idol.
Thank you, Thierry. Welcome, Sébastien Ogier, to the stage. How are you doing?
You won't say it, but I am his idol. I know that.
J'ai rien compris.
I said you won't say it, but I am your idol, right?
Seb, Seb, I see that you've been enjoying some Greek sunshine on your holidays. What a contrast to the last couple of days, huh?
Yeah, it's been, and I was a bit kidding my wife last week that I'm coming again and I'm staying longer here to enjoy the sun, but now she was enjoying actually very sunny weather in Germany, so yes, somehow I get it back. But still, I'm happy to be here. It's been a tough start of the week, but hopefully the rally can go a bit smoother.
Tell us a bit what it's going to take to be on the top step on Sunday.
Well, probably a bit of luck, or quite some luck, because I think there will be a lot of surprises from what we have seen during Ricky. Probably a lot of parts going to be different now, so I don't know, but like always, try to drive with our head, try to survive all these tough stages and don't do mistakes. So that's for sure a key element, stay out of trouble here. But there is also beautiful sections, so I'm sure we're going to also enjoy the driving.
And back to a fan question from Finding Nemo. This is a bit funny because there should have been more of you up on stage there. But Jonna, between Thierry and Seb, who would have made the better co-driver?
Neither one. Yeah, I confirm. I'm terrible co-driver. I've been trying once, long time ago, but I get sick after 5 minutes.
I have actually done a rally with Andreas Mikkelsen in Rally Monza 2016 or something like that, and obviously Rally Monza on a circuit is not as dangerous in proper stages, but I was enjoying it. It was good fun.
So Thierry it is. Thierry is the best.
Jonna, a question from another fan from Lox Urtes on Instagram. What is the one thing you don't like about Kalle Rovanperä?
You can say it.
I have to be clever not to lose my job here, so. Come on, show some balls now. Say. Something I don't like.
Come on.
I have to think of it, actually.
Really? Not his music taste, or?
Okay, I don't find some.
How about the other two?
No comments.
Maybe the other two would like to answer the question for him?
What I don't like about Kalle? We had the question yesterday if I was jealous that he already won the championship and I didn't, and I said, no, not really, because he has done great, but well, I don't know what I don't like. What I don't like about him probably is that he's still much younger than me, and I would probably be happy to be that young again.
Brilliant. Seb, there are many questions about whether you will do a full season in the WRC next year.
Well, I have answered this question already, and I guess almost everybody is happy, or I mean, know that I'm happy in this situation. Maybe is not happy actually of my choice and don't really understand it, and think that I should go for, trying to beat this record, being so close for it. But I don't know. I made this choice. I'm so happy having more time home with my son, and for me that has much more value than any numbers of victory or title, and that's why I would say there is a big chance that I continue the same way.
Sounds good. We'll end it there, guys. Best of luck this weekend in what looks to be tricky conditions. That concludes our Meet the Crews session. Good luck with tonight's stage as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.